Okay, so in the next vid, I'm going to be talking to you about how I got my braces on for so long, why it happened, and how I switched from two orthodontists. So get started. It smells like barf. Those spaghetti left in my room. Anyway, get ready for the explanation that I'm about to tell, and it might look like I'm not wearing a shirt, but I am. I think it's just the angle or the color. Like, I'm actually wearing a shirt, you guys. But anyway, let's just get started with the video. Oh my god, it really stinks. I started off with my braces when I was in 6th grade. I was so excited. I was like, this is the quintessential time to have braces. Everyone has them. I thought it was cool. So I was so excited. I told everyone at school. And then the next time I had my braces on and I joined this orthodontist and he was a really good doctor. So I thought I had them on and at first it was working out perfectly. And then they said, you needed to extract these 2 teeth. And I was like, that's totally fine. Like, I'm getting stuff done. Like, I'm getting teeth pulled out. Everything's going, you know, in the right direction. Like, this is great. So I went to the guy that was going to extract my teeth and he was poking them and touching them and was like trying to wiggle them. And he said, these are your baby teeth and they are not moving in any type of direction that they ever would have came out. They would have been there until the day you died. So then they were kind of like, okay, that's weird. I went back to my orthodontist and then they did an x-ray. I don't know how this even happened, but they didn't realize that my grown-up teeth were not there. They weren't there up here in my mouth. Like, they were just like, it didn't make any sense. And I was like, oh my god, like, is it like that one episode where like I find out where I like am not human, like am I an alien or something? Like, I was freaking out, like, this isn't normal, like, this is weird. And then I was told that they are totally there. They're just in the roof of my mouth here. Like, I'm not even joking, like in my mouth. And I was like thinking, oh my god, this is gonna be painful, but I'm glad I have an orthodontist that knows exactly what he's doing. I was wrong. Extract the teeth, so get your teeth extracted like you were before and come back to me after you do that. So I got my teeth extracted and I was in 7th grade without 2 big teeth right here. Like, and my teeth are small, so it's not even like, you know, my big 4 like front teeth were like covering the base of it. Like, no, like my teeth are small. So when I open my mouth and talk to everyone, you can see the big 2 gaping holes. And so I was in 7th grade, but I thought like it's fine, whatever. Like, I look a little goofy, but I was a weird little goofy girl in middle school. Like, it's not like it didn't fit my personality all that much. They just never came out. I was in 8th grade, didn't have any teeth. I was pubescent already at that point. That sounds weird. I was already kind of expecting my teeth to come out. Like, people were turning 13, like in their teenage years. They put in a palate expander. They expanded out my teeth. For some reason, in his mind, he thought if we expand the teeth, maybe they'll come out and it'll happen like naturally. So I put in this palate expander. It's like a palette, like it's like a plastic piece, and you put in a key and you twist it, and every night it slowly moves like the palate of your mouth a little wider each time. Like, I'm feeling pressure, I'm feeling something. At that point in my life, can someone not call for 5 seconds, please? I'll wait. I feel like I'm like that kindergarten teacher that's like, I'll wait. Still nothing happened. I ended my 8th grade year without front teeth. I was so embarrassed. At that point, I'm not even joking, every single Christmas I was wishing for my 2 front teeth. Like, that song was so relevant to me, it's not even funny. I started my 9th grade year and I talked with a lisp. Like, that palate expander, if you've ever had one, it really changes and affects the way that you talk. Some people have them for like a couple months. I had it for like a year and a half. It was horrible. Nothing had happened. At that point, I'm paying attention to the way that girls that are older than me look and dress like and have crushes on boys, and just like, it's such like a horrible time to like have your 2 front teeth missing at this point. So after my mom complained to my orthodontist said, fine, you know what, you are going to go to this special doctor and they are going to just slice open the gums a little bit so that we can see the tooth exposed. And so we said, okay, fine, sure. They put me under anesthesia again for the 2nd time. Obviously, like, as a parent, you know, my mom was not very fond of the idea of me having to go under the knife, but I needed to get it done. So I went under the knife and they just sliced 2 holes, and I wish I could insert a video of how that's done, but I don't want to get like copyright, whatever the actual procedure is called and what you can look it up to see what actually happened in my mouth. But they had to slice it open and expose the tooth, and then they added brackets on there. Sent me out, I was on my way, delusional and crazy as all hell, and then I went to my orthodontist, and then he decided to put in strings into my mouth and pull them forward. So he would loop the string through the bracket, like the most painful thing ever, weirdest type of pain, I can't even explain it, and would just pull it forward and loop it onto the 2 little pieces of wire that had nothing on them because my teeth weren't there. So I had my 4 front teeth and then wire. So then they would tie on the wire with the band and they were moving forward. But the thing is, they did not move. I had these strings pulling on my teeth for, I'm not even joking, 6 months, and nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. And it didn't even seem like he knew what was going on. And finally, my mom went in again and said, hey, I want an update. Because most orthodontists, the one that my brother went to, they would always come out after every appointment and say, hey, hey, mom, hey, dad, the person that's paying thousands of dollars for, your teeth to get fixed, this is what's happening to your child. They never did that for me. They never even include my mom in on anything. The only thing that I would be able to tell my mom is what the orthodontist and what the assistant was telling each other, and somehow I would collect enough information to tell my mom about what was going on. And she went in and talked to them, and he was like, he was already at this point very, very annoyed. And this was only like the third time my mom had came in, within 3 years. And so she was saying like, okay, what's going on? Are they moving forward? What do I have to do as a parent to help this process go along further? And he said, no, it's fine. And so then that was the day that he decided to pull them super, super tight. And that's when my bracket popped off. It was painful. I was at a cheer competition. I was questioning if I even wanted to do it. Obviously, I was going to do it. I was going to pull through for my team. But it was the most painful thing ever. I felt like I had a migraine. I had to put a wet towel over my face. It was awful. By the end of the night, when I got home, I wanted to throw up. And then my bracket popped off. I spit up something and it was my bracket. And I was like, what the hell? This is not normal. This is why I was in so much pain. So much pain that the fresh tooth that is in my mouth with the good ass root had a bracket popped off of it because it was so tight. That must have been incredibly tight. After that, I went back to my orthodontist and my mom showed them the bracket and said, here, what happened? And they said, well, you're gonna have to go back to that doctor and you're gonna have to pay for them to do that again. We went back, we had to pay for them to do the procedure again, cut it open again, put the bracket back on. He questioned why it would have popped off and how much pressure it was actually applying to my tooth. Slowly, my sophomore year, painful time, and not painful painful in both senses, painful physically and emotionally. There was to a point where I was so afraid to even talk to a boy. Or I had these two friends and I was on the cheer team and it was always us three, right? We were all on the cheer team. It was a fun time. Every single time a boy would even come up to the three of us, I would always take a step back. And it was only until recently when I figured out, wait, that's not normal. I look back on my sophomore year and I realized, why would I do that? And it's exactly for this reason. It was because I thought, I have no front teeth. Obviously they don't and won't like me. So I'm just going to take a step back so that they know that I know that they would never like me. It just felt so incredibly ugly. The way that I even talked, and even the way that I talk now, I don't show my front teeth, and you might kind of notice that, the more that I guess tell you about it, but I'm not someone smiling like this and talking like this and showing my front teeth. That's not a thing, because I had trained myself to talk like this my entire high school time. I was officially with this orthodontist for 6 years, and I had to call it quits. There were times when I had to go in for a wire sticking out in the back, not even joking, from one appointment to the next, 5 times. 5 times. That is wild. That is not normal. This is the thing. If you go in to get your wire cut, it's only once, and that's because they actually really did make a mistake and that shouldn't have happened. Mine happened 5 times. That's not the norm. That's not okay. My mom said, my daughter has had her braces on for 6 years. She has no front teeth. We have to go. We never told our orthodontist what was going on. We never told them that we were going to leave. We just left. We didn't tell them anything. We didn't ask for our files. We didn't ask for any, we didn't say goodbye, nothing. We didn't let them know, no phone call, nothing, email, nothing. We just went to an orthodontist that one of my friends had gone to years ago. I went to that orthodontist and he was way farther deep into a place that I'm not from. Well, from my town, but really, really far out. And I was so excited to be there because I knew that he was good. He had to pay out of pocket just a whole another set of a $3,000–$4,000 for that orthodontist. So it's not like this one was cheap and that I should have known what I was getting into. This one was just as expensive. The things that we were telling him about what had happened, he was just rolling his eyes, and he had said, if you had gone to us, you would have been with us for 4 years. That would have been it. You would have been gone your freshman year of high school. You would have been with your retainer walking out the door. So that kind of made me sad, but it made me kind of happy knowing that, okay, I'm in the right hands now. I'm with the guy that I need to be with. And after that, The treatment was fine. After like a month or two, they were out in the front. I got my brackets on and my teeth were coming together. I was wearing my bands and I was so happy. I was happy to smile with the full rack of braces when I was 17 years old. And I know that might not be normal for other people, but I was so excited. I can smile and I can laugh and not feel afraid to show me. It's so exciting, and to be able to share the story with you and to tell you guys that always pick someone that you know is good, and to get a good recommendation. Don't just trust your orthodontist and think, well, well, they're obviously smart enough to be an orthodontist, they know what they're doing. Obviously, I am a victim. I know that is not true. This guy, the new guy, the good guy, everything happened the way it was supposed to. I got my brackets on and I was in his office for, I think, a year after that, and he said, it's been great working with you. And I'm like, well, thank you, because it's been amazing working with someone that knows what they're doing. These are such crucial times in a growing person's life. And for you to feel like you just can't even open your mouth, or that you feel ugly, or you don't feel good enough to kind of let yourself be exactly who you are, like, it sucks. Like, it definitely changed the way that I was even doing things. I wanted to do YouTube years ago. I would have loved to have done YouTube, but even then, like, it mentally, like, it messed me up. Like, I just thought, I can't show my face and have people comment on my teeth or ask me about my teeth, because even I don't know what's going on with me. Basically, don't make the mistake that I did. Moral of the story, don't go to a shitty orthodontist. You'll have a shitty time. So, like, favorite, is that a thing? Did I just turn this into Twitter? Like, subscribe, and share the video if people still do that. Share it on Facebook. Share it with your mom. Just kidding, that's weird. I guess you could. So see you guys later, and bye. And I had to go. Really? I'll wait. I guess I have to, huh? Not even, like, it's not threatened.